transfer to Manchester United now.
Football prediction.
Power Rangers 0, Ipswich Town 1.
Football prediction.
Hi, it's Peter Guest, and I'm here with The Moose for another episode of the footballpredictions.net podcast covering German Bundesliga matches from the 9th to the 11th of May, 2025. And you can see the details for all of the matches we're about to discuss in this podcast on the website, footballpredictions.net. Just click the links in the description and you're going to find all the fixtures along with just about every other football competition in the world.
Yes, and on our website, it will show you where to watch the games and local broadcast channels, plus video streaming services, as well as match odds from local bookmakers. Look in the description of this podcast episodes for direct clickable links, to all of the matches we're about to discuss. If you're streaming any of the matches on Bet365, geolocation and live streaming rules apply. 18 plus, gamble aware.
Let's kick off with Wolfsburg, who are 12th, taking on Hoffenheim, who are 15th. It's on Friday night, the 9th of May, 7:30 UK time kickoff. Check the link in the description and you can find your localized kickoff time on TV channels and everything like that. This one is on Sky Sports Plus in the UK and you can stream it on Bet365 to qualify to watch there. All you need is any funds in your account or to have placed a bet with them in the last 24 hours. And when you do join, use the bonus code FP365. Well, Moose, one win in the last 6 between these two. It's not looking good.
It's not looking good, no. And to be honest, not a lot to play for in this game either, although Hoffenheim theoretically could still drop into the relegation playoff. Wolfsburg sitting in 12th with 39 points, 13 points down, but 11 points up. And yeah, there's only 6 points to play for. So it is what it is for Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg also terrible run of form of late. No wins in 8. 6 defeats during those 8 games, and he picked up just 2 points across the last 8 games. Like you said, 1 win from 6 is what Hoffenheim has. So they are, of both of these teams, the slightly more informed team, and they had a crazy game last week, 4-4 at Borussia Mönchengladbach. It ended. It was probably good that we picked over 2.5 goals in that game as our main prediction. Hoffenheim, prior to that, had a 3-2 home defeat to Dortmund. We had 2-1 Dortmund, both teams to score, and the outcome correct of that one. And we had the outcome correct also when Hoffenheim lost 3-2 at Freiburg. But overall, these are two teams that are not in form. Hoffenheim, again, just 1 win from 8, actually. That was a 2-0 home win against Mainz. Away from home, no wins in 4. For Hoffenheim, and at home for Wolfsburg, no wins in 7 going into this game.
It's could be an interesting game, though. We think it'll be very close. They're close on the table. They're not winning, really. So probably someone will win this game, unless, of course, it's another draw. But these guys don't tend to have many draws, do they? I think Wolfsburg have drawn 1 in their last 6 and lost all the rest. Yeah, we've actually gone for both teams to score in this. We think they'll both get on the score sheet, which does seem to happen with these teams. I mean, look, Hoffenheim against Gladbach was 4-4, and it was 3-2 when they lost to Dortmund the week before that, and 3-2 when they lost to Freiburg. Yeah, they score and they get scored against. I should say that's more Hoffenheim than Wolfsburg, but Wolfsburg, being at home, probably will get a goal. So we've gone both teams to score. Odds there, 1.44. If you ask us to pick a winner, we have gone for the home side. VfL Wolfsburg to win, odds there are 2.25 in the current betting. And our correct score prediction here is 2-1. Odds are 9.5 for that. And just to take you through the other top odds for the game at the moment, Hoffenheim 2.9 and the draw 3.7. Like I said, Wolfsburg 2.25 for the win. Let's move on to the next match, which is Werder Bremen in 8th, take on RB Leipzig in 6th. It kicks off on Saturday, the 10th of May. It's at 2:30 in the afternoon UK time. Check the link in the description and you'll be able to find this match to see all your localized itemization for this game, including streaming. This one you can stream on Bet365 as well. To qualify for that, all you need is any funds in your account or to place a bet with them in the last 24 hours. And don't forget, use the bonus code FP365 when you sign up. Well, this is a bit of a different set of historical last 6 for these two sides compared to the first 2 matches we just covered. No losses in 6 for Werder Bremen and a couple of losses in 6. The last 6 for Leipzig could be an interesting one.
Yeah, this is an interesting game because once again, we've got only 2 match rounds left of the Bundesliga. Leipzig sitting in 6th, just 2 points behind Freiburg for a Champions League spot. But Werder Bremen sits in 8th, and they're just 3 points behind Leipzig. So this game really is a 6-pointer. Like, if Werder Bremen loses this game to Leipzig, really they're out of the race for any European spots this season. But if they do win, they could even be in with a shout for the Champions League on the last match round. But other results have to go their way. But they would even out with Leipzig, and they would be having a really good case for making it into the Europa League. Werder Bremen are playing Heidenheim away in the last game. And that's a fairly winnable game, although Heidenheim has got something to play for at the bottom there as well. We had a great tip, by the way, on Werder Bremen last week. We had a score draw away to Union Berlin, and it ended 2-2. Prior to that, Werder Bremen had a 0-0 home draw against St. Pauli. That's cost them a little bit in the top flight here. But like you said, Werder Bremen is in a very good form at the moment. They won 5 from 8, unbeaten in 6 going into this game. And at home, they picked up 7 points and 3 clean sheets across the last 3 home games. So yeah, Werder Bremen is definitely looking good. Leipzig is a little bit more all over the place. 2 draws, 2 defeats, and 2 wins from the last 6. They've not won in 3 going into this game, but they have also played Bayern Munich in the last game. That was a 3-3 draw. They were 2-0 up at half time, but then went 3-2 down and just equalized right at the death of the game in the 94th minute. So 3-3 in that game. We had both teams to score as our main prediction in that game. We had Leipzig to lose at Frankfurt, because Frankfurt, obviously a top 3 side this season in the Bundesliga, before disappointing 1-1 draw at home to Holstein Kiel. The last win for Leipzig, that was away from home. That was away to Wolfsburg. We had both teams to score as our main prediction that game, and Leipzig won it 3-2. But yeah, Leipzig a little bit all over the place. Werder Bremen seems to be the informed team here, and we think that this could get really exciting for the last match week if this result come in.
Yeah, and just looking at some interesting statistics about this game. I mean, typically in past head-to-heads, Bremen have not done well against Leipzig. They haven't won any of the games dating back to April 2021. And Leipzig have won 2/3 of those, and the rest have been draws. However, the momentum seems to be with the home side in this one. They're undefeated in the last 3 home league matches, and also they're very stingy. They've only conceded 3 goals in their last 6 complete Bundesliga matches, which is very impressive. So we think they're going to win. That's our tip for this one. 2.3 the odds you can get for that, which is, I think, very good. We do think it's going to be both teams to score. Odds not so great for that at 1.44. And for the correct score here, we think it's going to be 2-1 to the home side, and the odds there are 9.5. Just take you through the other odds. Leipzig to win, 2.88, and a draw, 3.75. So yeah, should be tight. But we like Werder Bremen to get over the line in this one and continue on a really good run of form. Next up, we've got Union Berlin in 13th, take on Heidenheim of 16th. It's on Saturday, the 10th of May, 2:30 UK time in the afternoon. Click the link in the description of this podcast and you'll be able to see the localized odds and streaming channels. You can stream this one on Bet365. To qualify for that, all you need is any funds in your account or to have placed a bet with them in the last 24 hours and join using the bonus code FP365. Well, similarly to Werder Bremen, Union Berlin have had no losses in their last 6 Bundesliga matches, but of course they have had quite a few draws.
Yeah, you can extend that to 8 actually. So the last 8 matches, no defeat for Union Berlin. Union Berlin has not got an awful lot to play for in this game. That stretch of 8 games undefeated did take them right out of the relegation battle, though, and they are home and dry with 2 games to go. They're sitting 13th in the Bundesliga with 38 points, and Heidenheim, who is right now in the relegation playoff spot, sits on 26. Now, Union Berlin, yeah, they've become a bit of a draw specialist. 4 draws in a row. Last weekend, Werder Bremen at home. We had a score draw in that game. It ended 2-2. A great prediction there. But yeah, prior to that, another few draws. 1-1 away to Bochum. 4-4 at home to Stuttgart. 0-0 away to Leverkusen. These are some good teams they've played in between. They also had a draw against Bayern Munich in this sequence of games, and they won away to Frankfurt. So Union Berlin certainly found a bit of form towards the end of the season. I mean, they picked up 5 points from the top 3 sides during these eight games as well. So that's really good. And as we just spoke about Werder Bremen as well, Werder Bremen informed team, they picked up a point from them as well. So Union Berlin definitely looks in very good form at the moment, despite the draws. But yeah, consider the opponents as well that they have been playing. Heidenheim on the other side, a bit of a mixed bag, but they are just they're desperately trying to pull out of the relegation zone. And when I say relegation zone, 17th and 18th go straight down. Heidenheim currently is just 1 point above Holstein Kiel in 17th. They're sitting in that relegation playoff spot where they will play the team coming third in the second Bundesliga, but there's still some work to do, and that starts at Union Berlin. Just 2 games to go. Heidenheim then has Werder Bremen in the last game, so it's looking tough for them. But they have picked up 4 points from the last 2, a 0-0 draw against Bochum in the last game, and then they picked up a win at Stuttgart. But prior to that, they had 3 defeats in a row. Did play the top 3 though. So they played the top 3, didn't even score. They lost at home to Leverkusen, away to Frankfurt, and then at home to Bayern Munich. We predicted all the outcomes of those games correct. But yeah, going into this game, we think Heidenheim might struggle.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Heidenheim's record of goal scoring, they've had some real issues scoring. In the last 6, they've only scored 2 goals. They've conceded 8. So low scoring matches expected when Heidenheim play. Looking at Union Berlin, they've not got a great record against Heidenheim. They haven't beaten them in their last 9 league matches when they've met them. So that's not good either. But yeah, I think the momentum's with Union Berlin, and let's face it, Heidenheim don't score many goals, if any goals. Like I said, 2 goals in their last 6, and they went for a streak of 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 without scoring a single goal. And they've just gone their last game 0-0 as well. So yeah, what do we think? We think it's going to be under 2.5 goals, which is a good shout because, if it's low scoring, less than 2 goals, we should be there, or 2 goals or less. 1.91. That's the odds you can get for that. We like the look of that. We do think it'll be a Union Berlin win, and the odds for them to win are 2.2. Now, our correct score, we've gone for 1-0 to the home side, and the odds there are currently 8.5. And just checking in on the other odds, a draw you can get at 3.3 and a Heidenheim victory 3.4. Yeah, bookies don't think there's much in it, but definitely Union Berlin are the favourites with them as well. So let us see how that pans out. Next, we've got Bochum, 18th, taking on Mainz, 7th in the Bundesliga table. It's on Saturday, the 10th of May. It's at 2:30 in the afternoon. Check the link in the description and you'll be able to see your localized kickoff time, odds, and available viewing options. This one you can stream live on Bet365 to qualify to watch. All you need is any funds in your account or to have placed a bet with them in the last 24 hours. Use the bonus code FP365 when you sign up. Now, this is a very interesting one because Moose and I, we look at these last 6 games and we signify a loss for a team as a red and grey for a draw, just to keep it easier for us to look through them. And it's just a sea of red scattered in with a few greys, draws and losses, no wins.
Yes, goes for both teams. And Bochum, though, still clinging on. Like last weekend at Heidenheim, if they lost that game, they would have been down. But they managed to pick up a draw. Theoretically, or mathematically, I should say, yes, they could still survive in the Bundesliga, but they would need to gain 8 goals on Heidenheim. They would need Heidenheim to lose both the next 2 games, and Bochum would need to win both of theirs, which looks unlikely because Bochum has now lost 7 matches. No, sorry, not 7 matches in a row. They have not won 7 matches in a row. They've drawn the last 2, and then they lost 5. Bizarrely, their last win was at Bayern Munich in March. And you would have thought that would have spurred them on. But actually, since that win, they've only picked up 2 points from the next 7 matches. In the last home game, that was a draw against Union Berlin. We had under 2.5 goals in that game. It ended 1-1. For Mainz, though, Mainz was they were in the Champions League spots for quite a while. They were looking good for their position. They were looking like first time they could enter Europe. Now they might not enter Europe at all. And when I say Euro, I meant Champions League. No wins in 7. And it seems nervy for them because it's defeats and draws for them. Last weekend, we had them down for a score draw at home to Frankfurt. It ended 1-1, so we predicted that one correct. We also nearly had a correct score when they lost to Bayern Munich. We predicted 3-1. It ended 3-0 Bayern Munich. Both teams to score in the home game against Wolfsburg. That ended 2-2. And but overall, Mainz, no wins in 7, and very similar story for Bochum going into this game. It's going to be fairly even, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the key thing here is both of these teams concede. They're both out of form, and Mainz have been scored in 6 out of their last 6 scored against, and so they've conceded 12 goals in those games. And Bochum have also been scored against in 5 out of their last 6. Bochum haven't actually beaten Mainz in the last 6. 6 is a big number here. And Bochum are without a win at home in their last 5 matches in the league, which is never great for the home fans. Mainz also are without a win away from home in the last 3. So basically, there's 2 pretty useless teams, aren't they? They both concede, and they both like a draw, and that's what we're going for. Actually, we've gone for a draw, odds of 3.6, which is great if you can get that, because I mean, like we said, the last 2 games with Bochum have been draws, and 2 out of the last 3 have been draws with Mainz. We've gone for both teams to score in this one as well. Odds nowhere near as good as the draw, but they're 1.53 for both teams to score. That's our kind of safe tip, if you like. And other odds, the correct score prediction. We've gone for this could be an interesting one, actually. We've gone for a 2-2. And odds of there at 11 at the moment, so pretty good. 10-1 for a 2-2 draw. Might have a little nibble on that. And the other odds, just looking at that, so 2.9 for a Bochum win, 3.6 for the draw, like I mentioned, and 2.3 for an away win to Mainz. So, yeah, take your pick there. But we think, it's going to be, both teams will certainly look like we would expect them to score, given on the history of the last few matches leading into this. And, let's hope we can get that one in for you. Let's go to the summary games now. Holstein Kiel, who are 17th, taking on Freiburg, who are up in 4th. And it's on Saturday, the 10th of May. It's at 2:30 in the afternoon. You can stream this on Bet365, and just to qualify for that, all you need is any funds in your account or to have placed a bet with them in the last 24 hours. Use the bonus code when you join, FP365. Here, we think that it's going to be a tight game. We have gone for an away win. We've gone for both teams to score, and a correct score prediction of Holstein Kiel 1, Freiburg 2.
Yeah, moving on to champions, Bayern Munich, obviously in top of the league, taking on Borussia Mönchengladbach in 9th. This game kicks off Saturday, 10th of May at 5:30 UK time. This game you can watch on Bet365. In order to qualify, all you need is to have a funded account, also place the bet in the last 24 hours. Sign up with that bonus code FP365. Now, for this game, we are going with a Bayern Munich win, but also a both teams to score prediction. Quick score, Bayern Munich 3, Borussia Mönchengladbach 1.
And then it's the runners-up, Bayer Leverkusen in 2nd, taking on Borussia Dortmund in 5th. It's on Sunday, the 11th of May, 2:30 in the afternoon UK time. And it's on Sky Sports, this one, Sky Sports Plus. And you can also stream it live on Bet365. To qualify for that, all you need is any funds in your account or to have placed a bet with them in the last 24 hours. Sign up using that bonus code, FP365. Here, this could be a really good match, but we think it's going to end up all square. We've gone for a draw. We've gone for both teams to score. And we've gone for a Bayer Leverkusen 2, Borussia Dortmund 2.
Yes, and then we've got Eintracht Frankfurt in 3rd. Takes on St. Pauli in 14th. This game kicks off Sunday, 11th of May at 4:30 UK time. Once again, go to Bet365 where you can watch it live. In order to qualify, all you need is to have a funded account or to place the bet in the last 24 hours when you join. And please use that bonus code FP365. Now, for this game, we are going to go with a Frankfurt win, but an under 2.5 goal prediction and a correct score, Frankfurt 2, St. Pauli 0.
Next, it's Stuttgart in 10th, taking on Augsburg in 11th. Sunday is when it kicks off, 11th of May, 6:30 p.m. UK time. It's on Sky Sports Plus as well. You can also stream it without subscription on Bet365. To qualify for that, all you need is any funds in your account or to place a bet with them in the last 24 hours. Use the bonus code FP365. Here, we believe it's going to be both teams to score. We've gone for a home win with a correct score prediction of Stuttgart 3, Augsburg 1. And again, if you're streaming in those matches, You just need to have funds in your account to have placed a bet with Bet365 in the last 24 hours. Geolocation and live streaming rules apply, and full details are available on the Bet365 website. 18 plus, gamble aware.
Yes, and in the description area of this podcast, you can see the links to all of the games we've just been discussing, or just simply go directly to footballpredictions.net. Once you're there, you can have a look at all the online places to see the game, or where you can see the games from your location via streaming and TV channels, our tips for different betting markets, team news, as well as the latest offers and odds.
Yeah, and due to holidays, this is actually our last Bundesliga predictions podcast for the season. But we do record podcasts for a number of other competitions as well as this one, and you can hear them at podcast.footballpredictions.net, or where you download your podcasts from, like Apple, YouTube, and Spotify. Well, that's it for this time, and thanks for joining us for the season. Until the next one, it is.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
I football prediction.